Soft, melancholic piano music begins, layered with the faint sound of waves. A slight, breathy voice begins, "Oh, hello. It's rather difficult to articulate, isn't it, how utterly, fundamentally wrong things can be. You see, I've always believed in the sacredness of experience. A hotel, a resort, a conference center, these aren't merely buildings, are they? They're vessels of potential joy, of fleeting solace, of carefully assembled moments. And when those vessels are tarnished, it feels like a profound violation, like a promise broken not just to you, but to the very idea of a beautiful stay, a treasured memory. You understand, don't you? You must." A pause, a delicate sigh. "I am from, well, it doesn't matter. Let us just say a place where expectations are curated, where presentation is everything. My grandmother, bless her soul, always said, darling, if something looks broken, people will assume everything is broken. It's a philosophy I've embraced, perhaps a bit too much. And that's why when my friends and I decided to celebrate a milestone, a newly signed publishing deal, you see, I am a writer at the South Shore Harbour Resort and Conference Centre, League City. I had, shall we say, standards." The piano music swells slightly. I approached it with optimism. The online photographs were admittedly rather misleading. The idyllic scenes of gleaming pools, elegant rooms, shimmering views, they beckoned, a sweet, hopeful lie. Like a perfectly frosted pastry concealing a rather stale core. But what's the harm in a little hope, right? It's a rather pedestrian thought, but everything is hope in the beginning. Very sad, because it meant it just wasn't meant to be. Upon arrival, the initial impression wasn't atrocious, simply off, a subtle dissonance. The lobby, while grand in scale, possessed a distinct air of exhaustion. The colors were faded, the furniture worn, not catastrophically of course, just tired, though I suppose if everything is grand with it being overworked. Imagine, darling, how tired a great writer who is always working is. It's sad. It lacked the vibrant energy one expects from a resort. It felt like a wonderful thought that was never quite finished, like a painting an artist started then abandoned, leaving a beautiful yet incomplete vision. Suspense can be clever. And then the room, oh the room, I had specifically explicitly requested a balcony room. A balcony, the chance to sip Earl Grey tea at dawn overlooking the water. Aesthetic, yes, a small pleasure, but one I genuinely anticipated. Instead, what awaited me was a chamber on the 8th floor, positioned alarmingly close to the staff double doors. You see, the physics of sound travel are quite deterministic, you understand. The constant clatter of activity, the slamming of doors, the muffled voices, it was an acoustic assault, like living inside a particularly chaotic drum. You think they understand the value of quietude, the spaces we need to simply be. But no, and the light, dreadful, dim, sickly lighting doing a terrible job, not a single ray of light. The problem is, for aesthetic purposes you need light. If there isn't light, everything looks sad. It's a psychological truth. A dimly lit room inspires melancholy, a brightly lit room fosters hope. It's a subtle manipulation, of course, but an undeniably effective one. You see, it's a trick. Your brain isn't properly analyzing the situation. Your brain is going through depression and all types of anxieties and negative thoughts. What also doesn't help is, because it's so dark you think there is mold, which there probably is. It's quite insidious, really. A slight tremor in the voice, then came the Little League team, a horde of boisterous, sprinting children. Now I adore children truly, their innocence, their boundless energy, it's divine. But at 10:30 at night, racing up and down the hallway, doors slamming with the force of minor earthquakes, joyous shrieks echoing through the corridors, it was
simply untenable. I'm not saying I wanted them to be punished, their children, but a little vocal guidance would have been impeccable. Do you agree with me? It's a matter of basic consideration for others.
The reality of businesses near South Shore Harbour Resort Conference Centre, League City. If you're staying at the South Shore Harbour Resort, hoping for a pleasant experience with nearby businesses, lower those expectations. The area has a pattern of disappointment, disorganization, and in some cases, outright neglect. Let's break it down. Shopping centres are a mess. Shopping near South Shore Harbour Resort feels like navigating a poorly run carnival. Baybrook Mall, for example, is a masterclass in dysfunction. Visitors report racial profiling, with security singling out people of colour over trivial rules that don't exist, like banning soccer for kids over 5, but only enforcing it when someone complains about a certain group. Handicap access, unreliable, events, chaotic. One guest arrived early for a special sale, only to find a line already wrapped around the building because management changed the rules last minute without telling anyone. The food court blasts vulgar music while kiosk workers harass shoppers. And if you're hoping for a comfortable, air-conditioned experience, forget it. The mall is hot, disorganized, and at times unsafe. Bakeries. More like fakeries, the Milk Honey Baking Company should be called Milk Honey Disappointment Factory. Their sausage jalapeno klobasnek is so bad, people take 3 bites and throw it away. $7 for a pastry that tastes like regret. You'd be better off eating a napkin. Italian food that's a crime against Italy. Villa Capri is proof that a waterfront view doesn't make up for terrible food and service. Reservations vanish into thin air. Guests call multiple times to confirm, show up, and are told they don't exist. The food, a horror show. Garlic bread arrives with a dead roach pressed between slices. The salad bar looks like it hasn't been restocked since the 1980s. Buffet food is cold, unlabeled, and tastes like it was cooked by someone who hates cooking. And if you dare ask for a discount after being served inedible slop, they'll charge you full price anyway. Steakhouses that should be investigated. Opus Bistro Steakhouse is where dreams of a nice dinner go to die. The portions are so small you'll leave hungrier than when you arrived. 30 for 2 shrimp and a scallop is highway robbery. Reservations mean nothing. Valentine's Day diners waited nearly 3 hours for cold, oily pasta. Steaks arrive well done when ordered medium rare. And if you complain, the staff shrugs. One couple's wedding reception was ruined because the manager who planned it didn't even show up, leaving clueless employees to massacre their cake. Final thoughts: if you're staying at South Shore Harbour Resort, brace yourself. The nearby businesses operate on a mix of incompetence, indifference, and, in some cases, outright disrespect for customers. The mall is chaotic, the bakeries are scams, the Italian restaurant is a health code violation waiting to happen, and the steakhouse is a masterclass in disappointment. The lesson: lower your expectations, or better yet, drive further out for decent service. Because around here, good enough seems to be the motto, and good enough is rarely good at all.
Here I am looking into crimes near South Shore Harbour Resort and Conference Center, League City. You know, it's like I want to warn tourists about the kinds of scams they might face when they visit this area. Like you're planning a nice vacation and then some shady people try to ruin it for you. It's just so not cool. So let's talk about these scams. Like businesses near South Shore Harbour Resort and Conference Center, League City are like, they want to make a quick buck, you know? They don't care about you or your vacation. Okay, so there was this one guy, a Texas City man, who tried to scam customers at a convenience store in League City. He was like, hey, I'll give you a great deal, but really, he was just trying to rob them. I mean, can you believe that? Like, what is wrong with people? He got charged with robbery, but I bet he thought he'd get away with it. Like, what happened next? The victim probably reported him to the police and got their money back, but it must have ruined their whole day, you know? And the scammer, he's probably still out there trying to scam people. It's like, how could you know, that's just wrong. And then there was this burglary ring targeting home-based businesses in League City. Like they were breaking into people's work vehicles and stealing their stuff. Businesses near South Shore Harbour Resort and Conference Center, League City are like, they're vulnerable to these kinds of attacks. It's like they're just trying to make a living and then someone comes along and steals from them. I mean, what happened next? The business owners probably had to spend a lot of time and money to recover from the burglary and the scammers. They probably sold the stolen goods and made a profit. It's just so unfair. Like, why can't people just be honest and work hard for their money?